COVID survivor, and this is my story of faith. Na-observe ko yung papa ko na merong ubo for 2 consecutive days, but I thought it was just a usual cough. And then came weekend, in the middle of the night, dahil we were sleeping on the same room, narinig ko siya na he's making sound. So sabi ko sa mama ko, "Ma, pwede mo ba tapikin si papa kasi baka nananaginip?" And then that's when we found out that he has high fever, and then when we check his temperature, it's 39.8. Lumipas ang ilang araw, hindi bumababa yung lagnat niya sa 38. So we had an online consultation, and then the doctor said that he needs to undergo swab testing. Since breadwinner ako, ang una kong inisip is yung future expenses namin. So nag-research ako, ang minimum ng PCR test is 4,000. And that's 16,000 for the 4 of us. Hindi pa kasama din yung medicine. Plus we don't know how long before we get well. So ang unang provision ni God sa amin is He led us to a person who would assist us to get a free swab test. I will never forget the day that we received the result, because that day I was so busy assisting my friend who's based abroad, and then we're looking for a hospital for her mom who is a dialysis patient and then was tested COVID positive. She said that her mom was picked up from their house, brought to an ER, pero binalik din siya sa bahay because there was no space. So I know how exhausting it is to get admitted in the hospital. So we learned that we're all COVID positive, and my initial prayer to God is that, Lord, please do not allow us to reach the stage that anyone from my family would require an oxygen tank para makahinga, because it's really hard to be admitted in the hospital. The succeeding days was very tough because I started to get symptoms. I lost my sense of taste and smell, and I had chest pain, I had cough. But the worst part that had happened to me is that when I developed anxiety and had panic attacks, I believe that I am a strong woman and I have faith in God, but the worries and fears just enter into my system and it consumed me. What I was thinking during that time, Lord, am I nearing the end of my story? My father is hypertensive and I'm not yet ready to lose him. My brother, I still want to see him graduating in college. There's so many thoughts in my mind. For 2 weeks, I'm so disturbed and I couldn't sleep well. Bumabalik ako ng madaling araw because I thought that my father is no longer breathing. It was really draining and exhausting. We're all tired and sick. And then one night, I was thinking, ano ba ang worst thing that could happen to us? We will die. And then I was reminded of God's word in Romans 8:38-39 that nothing can separate us from the love of God. Neither death nor life, not even the spells of hell can separate us from God's love. So whatever is my circumstances during that time, God's love is constant. I try to silence the noise around me and just focus on God's presence and be sensitive on what He's whispering to me during that time. While I was contemplating, I came to my notes from the previous STP. It's in Lamentation 3. It says that, "But this I call to mind, and therefore I have hope whenever the darkest hours." It's just so perfect because this is one of the darkest hours of my life. And imagine, I get to hear that message weeks before we all got sick. So really, the Lord is ahead of us. Sinabi pa doon na, when you go through suffering, sabi, anak ka ng Diyos, it's no longer punitive, but it's transformation and formation. So I changed my whys into what and how. Like, what do you want me to learn out of this situation? How can I be more discerning during this time? And how can I bring glory to your name during my sufferings? In one of the most difficult seasons of my life, I experienced God's love and beauty in full submission to His will. I've seen my parents became more prayerful and more trusting to God too. Did I stop believing in God when I had COVID? No. My faith has expanded into greater heights, and I received so many answered prayers and breakthroughs during the time that I'm battling COVID. Do I blame Him for allowing all of us to be sick, the 4 of us all at the same time? No, because in one of the lowest seasons of our lives, we became more dependent to God. We've seen Him move mountains for us, and we experienced His provision through the people that He sent to our family to provide us aid. After 1 month, we have all fully recovered from COVID. God is not finished with us yet. And so I will continue to live my life purposely driven. And I am grateful for whatever we went through in the past, because it became a powerful testimony of God's healing and redemption through finances, challenges, sickness, and anxiety. Now it's giving hope to other families in the midst of this crisis. To God be the highest glory.
I found my fortress